Hey guys, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. I thought I left my watch at home, but thankfully it was just charging next to me. I have an emergency charger in the car because it was down to like 30-something%. So it is 3:28 in the afternoon. My report time for work is at 5:20 p.m. So I'm gonna run into Sprouts real quick to grab some food in preparation for this trip because lately, I really don't meal prep. This is my idea of meal prep. So I'm going to pop into Sprouts, grab some things, and then head to the airport. I'm probably going to grab a sandwich while I'm in there because I just realized I haven't eaten anything today. How is it that I still look like this and I can forget to eat all day? I don't know. But probably my eating habits when I get home from a trip. Let me go into Sprouts and I will see you shortly. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. I just bought a bag full of groceries at Sprouts. I saw a friend in there from my home group, and I was going to film and show you what I was buying and have little, opinions on what I'm getting. And then I saw him, and I was like, yeah, can't film that. Good guy, super good guy. We just had a couple laughs in line. Where are my car keys? I will see you later. I gotta throw this in my lunch bag. Hey guys, how are ya? Good afternoon. It's exactly 4:20, giving me an hour to get to my gate from here. I'm really at the intersection of Paradise and Tropicana, so I'm not even 5 or 6 minutes away from the airport. On my left, you'll see the bus. That is the 109. That's the bus that I used to take to work from my old apartment. It's sort of nostalgic to sit here next to it. It's still very fresh in my mind, the days that I had to take the bus to work, sometimes two. But let's see, tonight I am going off to Detroit. I've got a, the block is like less than 4 hours. I don't think it's going to take that long to get there. I've got almost a 16-hour layover. I have not had a Detroit layover in probably 6 or 7 years. I've been trying to get one, but I just never seem to get one with a long layover. We are not that far from the Canadian border, from what I hear, and I would love to have a long layover and just rent a car and just jet across the border there for fun because I just love Canada. But yeah, this layover is not long enough for that. Tomorrow we're going to be flying off to Miami and then to Dallas. We're going to Dallas. We have a new hotel where we're actually in Dallas. I think we're downtown Dallas. Our old hotel for the Dallas layover for the long one was actually in Fort Worth, and I hated that hotel. Very different opinion than most of my coworkers. I just hated that hotel. And but yeah, it's gonna be a great trip. I think I'm the third most junior, or third most senior, so I will not have my pick of positions to fly. What is up with this traffic? Even the road into the airport is thick. Oh, there was an accident. All right, so I'll stop complaining. But yeah, it's gonna be a great trip, great crew. Very much looking forward to it. Yeah, I will see you somewhere soon, hopefully after having some coffee. I feel like a stalker. There's a Southwest flight attendant who looks like she's going to be leaving her parking spot, so I'm going to stalk. Not a good look. Right, very exciting. Third time in a row I was not randomed for security. Super exciting, because that leaves me time for coffee. Hey guys, hi. Welcome to Detroit. Oh, this is nice. Oh, the bed's very nice. The bed is very nice. This will make up for a lot of other things that the hotel does not do quite well. Mostly in the decor screams 1998, honestly. But the carpet is in like bronze, turquoise, and chocolate brown. And there was a period of time, probably 1998, 2002, where people decorated very trendy in like chocolate brown and like Tiffany blue. I mean, just really, well, the hotel is just, yeah, it's a little dated. It's seen better decades. But let me stop complaining about things I cannot change, which would include the mystery stains on the sofa. But The flight today was lovely. Really, really, really nice. Good, solid crew. Really nice passengers. Not a single problem among them. We were full, which is great. The highlight was one passenger sitting up in front. He had so much charisma. He had like real star quality, if you know what I mean. I asked him what he did for work because I expected he would say something in entertainment or something, because he was just a laugh a minute. Really a lot of fun. Really enjoyed him. But yeah, the flight was great. A little chaotic boarding. The first third of the flight was very busy, very busy. I didn't stop for the first third of the flight. And the flight was about 3 hours and 20 minutes or so, I guess. But a nice flight. Really, really nothing to complain about. It is, let's see, I've been in the room for maybe 20 minutes. It's 1:54 in the morning. So I got here about 1:30. I am wide awake, so I'm probably going to stay on my phone and fart around. I'm probably going to eat something. I did bring Tums with me because I have a lot of Indian food with me, and Indian food before I go to bed is a sure recipe for indigestion. I'm going to eat, hang out with my phone, just kind of futz around, and then wake up whenever I want to. There's no plan for tomorrow. I might hit a recovery meeting. I remember there being one not too far away that I really enjoyed. So I might check that out depending on the time. Our shuttle tomorrow afternoon is at 5 p.m. And then we fly off to a fun, exotic Miami. And then we go down, over to Dallas, where we have a long layover there. So I will see you guys probably tomorrow, unless I think of something, whatever, tonight. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. As I suspected, that bed was utterly satisfying. Absolutely so beautiful. Beautiful mattress. What is on the head? How do things get up? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But that bed was amazing. I got to sleep probably about 4 o'clock in the morning here in Detroit. But that's really 1 o'clock in the morning, which is completely normal for me back home in Las Vegas. So it is right now 2:51. I have my alarm set for 4 o'clock, making sure that I can jump in the shower, make sure I'm all ready, get downstairs nice and early. I'm having some lunch, some frozen food that I got at Sprouts. I have to show you this. I got a couple of these and a different type as well from this Indian food company that I really have enjoyed, but I had never had the chicken vindaloo. Absolutely fantastic. Unbelievable. 340 calories, not too bad. 22 grams of protein, not too bad. The sodium, 580, which is about half of a cup of noodle. Really, really delicious. Just enough food, not a lot, but just enough. The pieces of chicken were like this big. I had to cut them into smaller pieces. And the turmeric rice, absolutely delicious. Followed up by a Coke Zero, of course. But yeah, I am very satisfied. I have a couple of these in the fridge, so I'm quite pleased. Quite pleased. All right, I'm going to eat. I'm going to watch more YouTube, and I will see you guys later. It's better and better. All 4 of us got through security without being randomed. How exciting is that? That is, I don't think this has ever happened. All right, this is the only view I can give you, of course, because everything has my airline's name on it. But we just boarded the plane, did our safety checks, and I just met our flight crew. We have 2 ladies as our captain and first officer. I am so excited. I was like literally dancing. I love seeing female, ladies as pilots, but to have a pilot and a captain and a first officer, I think it's very exciting. We have a very light load going to Miami, and I think we've got a light load from Miami to Dallas. But that can sometimes offer its own problems. If I experience any of that, I will let you know once I arrive in Dallas. But yeah, I'll see you there. Welcome to Miami. Not terribly exciting. Yeah, it's freezing in here. I think we're going to F5. Well, this looks spooky. This is weird. I don't know if this hotel room is handicap accessible. No, I think this is a regular hotel room. I just don't understand the layout, but I'll show you why. Hey guys, how are you? This is a new hotel for us here in Dallas. It's downtown Dallas. The location is fantastic. The hotel is new to us, kind of like my clothing is new to me from Goodwill. The hotel is kind of giving yesterday's hotel a run for its money in terms of being run down. Every surface seems really aged and kind of rough and torn up a little bit, but the rooms are, looks like the room has been renovated more recently than the hotel has, so like the lobby and stuff. But so it's not too bad, although there's a couple strange things I have to show you. Well, first, I want this mirror. This is from IKEA. It's like $130. I just don't think it's going to fit in my car. I want this mirror. But let me show you the bathroom is incredibly small. It's very, very tight. But the thing that's bothering me is, do you hear it? Do you hear that? It just sounds like this. I think it's the, it's some filter up where the air conditioning should be working. But the room is 84 degrees. The air conditioning's off, but it's 84 degrees in here. It's very, very stuffy. And there's 2 beds, which is nice, right? I only use one. I never touched the second one. But the first bed is over here by the window. It's literally a hand's breadth away from the window. It's a queen-size bed. And then we've got this big, giant space between and to the second bed. It's just kind of oddly positioned with weird furniture. I don't know, whatever. The room is clean. I have not looked for bugs yet, but I will. But it is 1:47 in the morning, so I'm going to do a quick search for friends in the mattress, which I don't want to find. I think we're going to be fine with that. I have to turn the air conditioning on, and I want to have a little snack or something before I go to bed because I'm kind of hungry. Oh, I didn't tell you about our last leg of the day. The first flight was very light. We had a very light load, oddly light, and then we changed planes in Detroit, and we had maybe twice as many people on the plane, but that still left a good number of seats open, unfortunately. But most of our flights are full, like full. So it was kind of weird to have 2 very light loads today. The first flight, really nothing wrong, no problems I can think of. And then the second leg was super easy. I mean, pretty much everyone fell asleep. Very nice people, but pretty much all of them slept the entire flight. So really super easy day, just a little long. We've got 26 hours here in Detroit, Dallas. Our van on day 4 is at 3:50 in the morning. Our report time at the airport is 4:40 a.m. I'm not looking forward to it because we're going to fly, I think, to Detroit, back to Detroit. Then we have like a 3.5 hour sit in Detroit, and then we fly back to Las Vegas. It's going to be a long day, but I'll worry about that later. What I have to do right now is turn the air conditioning on and have a little snacky poo before bed. So I will see you tomorrow. We're either going to do the aquarium. There's an aquarium nearby, or there's a natural history museum, I think, nearby as well. So we'll do one of those 2 things, I think, tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow. Right, I don't see any evidence of any friends. In fact, the mattress looks fairly new, so I can go to sleep without worrying. That's nice. So good to get my uniform off. Everyone always asks, what do the cats do when you're not there? Who takes care? They're just fine. They're doing what they do when I'm home. Right now, they're hanging out in the window looking outside. So they're fine. All right, so that's it. Now I will see you tomorrow. I think I hear cutlery and glasses. I'm looking for breakfast. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I was going to sleep through breakfast because rarely is a hotel breakfast worth waking up for. And I didn't get to sleep until very late. So, but it looks like there's still a lot of stuff here. All right. Fruit. Oh, very happy. So I was going to sleep through breakfast because I didn't get to bed till very, very late. But breakfast here apparently is until 11:30. It's 11:14, so good timing. It's usually not worth waking up for, but this doesn't look bad, right? Oh. Oh. Well, the weather is not great. Apparently we're supposed to have heavy thunderstorms today. That, I'm not sure if you saw that sign just moved in the wind. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh. Oh, yeah. That's not safe. Oh, that's gonna, oh. Should I tip it over? Or should I just, leave it at, all right. Oh, they're gonna take care of it. I'm sure they'll take care of it. Woo. All right, what do I do? Oh my God, it's so crazy out here. Look. Wow! And of course, I'm dressed like I'm on holiday. I'm gonna make a run for it. The aquarium is like a 3-5 minute walk from here. Nope. The minute I got past the protection of this building, the rain just smacked me in the face. So, yeah, I'm gonna head back to the room. Ta-da! There's my layover. I brought my Oh, the wind is bad. The rain is cold. I was gonna go to one of those shoe things, but yeah, it's too messy out here. If I decide I really have to get out of my room, I'll take an Uber or something, but it's not worth the walk. That's crazy out there. I got around the corner and I'm like, not good, not good. Yeah, I came back inside. Do you see the rain? The driving rain in that wind? That is insane. And it really just started when I stepped outside. So yeah, I'm gonna stay indoors. Although the weather map shows this passing fairly quickly, because this looks really intense. Look at that. All right, yeah, I'm staying indoors for a little while. Yeah, no, I just tried to around the corner. It's not good. It's not good. So I'm gonna go upstairs, play a little bit of a video game for a bit, and see if this weather passes. If it does in the next hour or two, I'll go hit the aquarium or the Natural History Museum or Shelley Bader. Otherwise, it's going to be an indoor day today. That's the elevator. All right, I know I'm belaboring the point. It's raining, but it's crazy out there, though. It's just the energy in the air is really crazy. It feels like a hurricane almost. I'm on the 19th floor. I wish I could show you outside just to show you how dramatic it is. It looks like some sort of like movie set, but I really should not be showing you the location of the hotel. I have been reminded by a number of people, so you're not going to be able to see outside my window, but it's just really kind of opaque with rain anyway. So breakfast was really good. Actually, I was really surprised. I'm surprised I got out of bed because I really didn't get any sleep, and I thought, I'm going to miss a hotel breakfast. I've suffered worse fates, right? But I got down there, and wow, I was very surprised. Breakfast buffets have a lifespan. They're not even really great when they're fresh, when they're just put out, like the eggs haven't really set and the bacon's still kind of floppy. You know, sometimes it needs a little bit of time to mature on the buffet table, but then it gets to a point where you know, it's all dry, it's been sitting there, the eggs are rigid and kind of, you know, but at 11:15, it ended at 11:30. The food had been out for hours. It was delicious, fantastic, real eggs, just great. The wind is whipping out there. All right, so I'm going to set up my computer and play a little bit of a video game or just stare out the window here at the drama. And then if it does calm down, I'll step outside for a little while. It's supposed to be a high of 72 today, so I'm wearing shorts and a Hawaiian shirt, of course. Right now it's 66 degrees, so it feels a little chilly for some reason, but blah, blah, blah. I will see you guys later on. Hopefully there'll be something to show you. Well, I could not resist getting back under the covers. The bed is super, super comfortable, and the light streaming in from outside is sort of opalescent. You know, it's moving so quickly, and with the clouds and the rain, and the sun is trying to struggle through, and it's a beautiful, beautiful light. And I just figured, you know, I'm gonna crawl back in bed. I'll just watch some YouTube videos and fart around here. I'll play a video game later if I want to, but I think this is the perfect day to spend in bed. Okay, so it is 1:52 in the afternoon. The storm looks like most of it has passed. It still looks like it's raining lightly outside. I didn't think I had any warm clothes, but I found a pair of blue slacks in my bag. This denim shirt, which I really like. I forget buying this. I like this little western detail. And I still have, let me show you, this sweater I still had in my suitcase from my last trip. So it's only 62 degrees. It's supposed to be 72, but so I'm going to layer this over this. Not the ideal pairing, but and there's a museum about a 10-minute walk away. The aquarium closes in about 2 hours, so I'm going to check out the museum if I can get over there without the rain stopping me too much. You know, I shouldn't worry too much about my hair. Not my favorite outfit ever, but I'm going to a museum. I doubt people are going to be looking at me too closely, right? All right, let's see if I can get there. The wind has died down. The rain is still pretty steady. The thunder has been crazy lately, but it's tapering off as well. It is just shy of 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I would really like to see something or do something other than, well, lightning is going on too. So the Perot Museum of Nature and Science or something is about a mile away. Uber was going to charge me like $17, but Lyft is going to cost me $6. So I'm waiting for a Lyft to get over there, and I will meet you at the museum. Hi, that red car. I just had one of the best Lyft drivers ever. Such a funny guy, such a nice guy. Really had a couple laughs. It was a very short drive, but a couple good laughs. Of course, the rain has almost stopped now that I've paid for my Lyft, but the museum entrance is pretty cool. Look. Looks like those are sort of, oh yeah, they're xylophones. Look, they're xylophones. How cute is this? Oh, imagine a whole bunch of kids playing. Oh no, let's run. Run. And look at the frogs. Look at the frogs. You can play leapfrog on giant frogs. All right, let's get into the museum. I'm excited. Look at the building. That's an escalator on the side there in that glass. That's cool. Having a nice time. The architecture is phenomenal. The Lyft driver was amazing, and then I got to the front, the entrance here, and the young lady that I asked for some directions on where to get the tickets, and she says, "You came at the perfect time." She said, "All the field trips have just left for the day." Very excited. There's a dinosaur there. Some atoms. Oh, one's moving. Neat. And then that's cool. And then the ticket counter. Hello. Over here. That is where I am right now. And the approximate U.S. population right there just went up by 3 or 4 numbers a moment ago. The whole section here is sort of a primer to evolution for children. I wonder if there are some parents that come here that get upset because evolution isn't real, not the Earth is only 6,000 years old. Sorry. Interesting. Look, a little robotics lab for kids. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's all these things, and I can only imagine with all the children from the field trips being here, it'd be a lot. It'd be a very lot. Don't make the puffer suffer. Please don't tap on the glass. Poor thing, that poor fish. I'm sure lots of kids tap on the glass. All right. Kitty cat. Oh, how sweet is that little face and his little paws. Look at those. Oh, imagine the toe beans there. So cute. This is a Eurasian lynx. How beautiful. What a strange fish. Look at that. That is a strange fish. Peter's elephant nose fish. Okay. Rivers of Central and Western Africa. Okay. Walking by that mobile I saw earlier, and look. Isn't that wild? That is beautiful. I think my elevator's here. Okay. It's a cool elevator. Go to 3. So, 2, life being human. 3, energy, earth, gems, and minerals. 4, the universe. Now. 4, mezzanine birds. 5, museum offices. Okay. Wow, Ellie Mae. Looks like a mammoth or something. What is that noise? Sounds like thunder, but I think it's children. There's yeah, it's a mammoth. Where are these children? I have to assume they're children. Oh, I think it's an earthquake simulator. Is it an earthquake? But it's counting down. Oh, it simulates an earthquake. Okay, this is not terribly exciting. Sorry. All right, so that was a minor earthquake. This is supposed to be a major earthquake. I like her shoes. Okay, if that's a major earthquake, I'm not interested. Oh, this is... Does anyone remember when I was in Norfolk at the museum there, where they have this kinetic sand, where you touch it and it changes? I had my hands in it, and it was all dusty, and honestly, it's probably dust that is made up 100% of children's skin. So I'm not going to be touching all this. I'm in the Gemstones and Minerals Hall, and I am absolutely fascinated. This is a giant ammonite fossil made up of labradorite. I don't know what that red stone is, but isn't that amazing? Oh my God. And this, I know that this is rhodochrosite. I think that is a type of fluorite up there. I do not know what those are. They're very red, they're very sparkly. Let's see if this helps me at all. Well, this thing isn't working very well, but I was right. It is rhodochrosite, but I can tell by the very, very specific color. It's hard to see. It looks more purple, I think, on camera. It is tomato red. I do think that is fluorite, and the machine here isn't working, so I can't see what that is. Oh, there it is. No, that's rhodochrosite again. All right, we'll skip it. But look at these. Look at these gems. Look at that. Look at that. Craziness. That looks like sulfur or something. Calcite on amethyst. Interesting. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this green. Look at these colors. Look at these colors. Look at the shapes. Wild. Amazing. Look at these colors. And those are natural. In person, this is probably more of a true emerald green and less turquoisey. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me see if I can find out what this is. Well, that one is called Vivianite. That is malachite, which honestly, if we look at the cross-section, is a little more obvious that it's malachite. Beautiful, huh? And that one is called dioptase. Never heard of it before. Absolutely beautiful. And oddly enough, this is exactly true to color. Isn't that wild? See that dark, dark piece? With this sort of turquoisey color. Amazing. Amazing. I should have known that's Amazonite, which is a fairly common gemstone in sort of mid-price jewelry, and smoky quartz growing inside the amazonite. How neat is that? And you can all guess that's amethyst, and that is most certainly fluorite up on top. Will this tell me? Oh, I lied. Zoisite. A variety of tanzanite. How neat is that? Obviously lit from inside. And then we've got some amethyst. And more rhodochrosite. But interestingly enough, it's like a stalactite. Or, yes, stalagmite. And then a cross section that looks like a piece of grapefruit. And this, I can't tell. Help me out here. Help me out. Cobaltian calcite. No idea, but that's exactly the color it looks like. I love that little green splotch on the side. Really, really neat. I'm not going to give you a tour of the whole collection, but I am in love. Oh, make a mineral. It sounds like fun. At that, the colors are exactly as they are in person. These are bits of fluorite, the green here, that were growing on quartz. It's called the Eyes of Africa, and I can't imagine how big that is. It is huge and absolutely devastatingly gorgeous. Look at that. Doesn't look real. God, look at this. That's a piece of beryl, which is a type of morganite. And this yellow, holy crap. Let me see if I can find out what this is. That's more fluorite, the green, sulfur on argonite. Isn't that amazing? God, I'm sorry, I'm probably boring you. That's giant pieces of pyrite right there. What's the orange? Gypsum? Who knew? Gypsum was orange. I'm assuming that is amethyst right there. Yep, that is pyrite over there. And more fluorite on quartz. Lots of fluorite. Look. Look at that. God, that's amazing. I'm getting kind of tired of looking at these things. Look at this. That's a natural formation. That is wild. I don't know even how to say that. That's wild. Look at that. That looks like something out of a dome, which is a glass company dome, or yeah, that's amazing. More pyrite down there. Wow. All right. And look at this. I'm sorry. You're probably bored to tears. Look at that formation of crystals. Stibnite, antimony sulfide. Wow. And that is massive. That's massive. This stopped me right in my tracks. That's gold. That is a piece of gold. Those are flakes of gold. Look at this. That's a gold nugget. Okay, that's very far away. Very protected. A gigantic section on, of course, fossil fuels and all that stuff, but there's one little section here on wind and solar. Just little evidence that it exists. Oh, look, that looks like the Hoover Dam right there. That's exactly what the Hoover Dam looks like. I don't think anybody is at the earthquake thing. Nope, I want to try it. All right. Taking a toll, this is some evidence historically of some earthquakes. We're going to go for an extreme. We're going to just go crazy. And there is a bit of a countdown. I should probably hold on to the railing. Oh, yes, I can see how that would be terrifying. If the whole world were doing this, that would be very, very scary. Okay. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Have you ever said to yourself, gee, I think experiencing an earthquake would be interesting? That just proved to me that no, I don't want to experience an earthquake ever. If the whole world were moving like that, including the buildings, trees, I don't think I would like that at all. No, I don't think I would. All right, let's go upstairs to the universe, of all places. Architecture here is wild. Really wild. Okay. This is the escalator that I saw from outside that runs along the edge of the building. That's kind of cool. And again, this looks like something out of Tolkien. This slate roof on a very modern architecture. Oh my goodness. All right. Looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex or something trying to catch some flying animals. Does it say what kind of... Yeah, it's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. All right. That is a pretty big... Just the claw is like the size of my hand. Okay, that's a big animal. All right. Really great building. Amazing building. Let's find some exhibits. Yeah, the universe is over there. Let's go visit the universe.
In a tiny fraction of a second, the universe inflates at an enormous rate, and as it expands, it begins to cool. The temperature is trillions of degrees Fahrenheit. Matter and energy are indistinguishable.
This is great. I love this place. Color and red, green, blue, creating different colors like white behind it. There you go. I don't have a very large college background. I went to junior college for like a year and a half. I never graduated, but one of the most difficult classes I took was color theory. Of all things, color theory was really mind-bending, but this is neat. We come to dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. I don't know. I don't think men ever outgrow their love of dinosaurs. This is a sauropod footprint. I'm not going to touch it because that's against the rules. But I'm going to put my hand over here just for scale. Isn't that wild? And we have a dinosaur disco over here. Wowzers. Oh, I'm not even looking at that. That looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but look behind it. Back when I was a kid, they called that dinosaur a Brontosaurus. I don't know what it's called now, an Allosaurus, but it goes, Jesus, it's huge. Way up there. And the head, which looks tiny, is probably the size of my shoulders down to my groin. I'll tell you that. Like that's still a pretty big head. But compared to the rest of it, oh my God. Look, can you imagine the size of its brain? Its brain must have been the size of an orange. And then it's controlling this entire animal that goes way down there. How wild. How wild is this? Crazy. There's a pterodactyl of some sort up there. Wasn't one called Quex something or other, like the Mexican god? Interesting. Wow, Aztec god. All right, this is craziness. All right. Wow, this is a Pachyrhinosaurus, something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna mangle that. Which is really, really neat. But, I always pictured it being, well, it's enormous. Look at the size of its head. But if I stood next to that, my head would be up, top of my head would be up around there. So it's not as monstrously sized as those dinosaurs way back there, but still, isn't that wild? Really crazy. That's a model of what it might have looked like. And then over here, we've got this one with this massive horn. Now, look at the size of that crest. That's crazy. A Stachys something, whatever, and a Torosaurus skull. Wow. I was kidding earlier, but I guess I was pretty close. It is you can dance with dinosaurs. Okay. I feel like I'm in a movie set for Logan's Run. Crazy. All right, where do these stairs go? Oh, I'm back at the universe. Wherever you go, there's the universe. After a lot of stairs, we came up to the 4th floor mezzanine, where you can see where dinosaurs eventually evolved into birds. The only branch of dinosaurs that actually survived are the avian-style dinosaurs, including the Archaeopteryx, which I always thought was larger. But that is about the size of, I don't know, the rib cage and the head are about the size of maybe a cardinal. It's pretty small, with really long arms and legs. Neat. There's a pelican's skeleton. The science of birds in flight. This is aimed at a very young audience, obviously, but still kind of fun. Well, it's a game. All right. Oh, look! An eastern phoebe. What a cute little name for a bird. A ruby-throated hummingbird. Let me see if I can get on the other side where I can see that better. Yeah, there's a little hummingbird. It's a little... In real life, it seems a little larger. This is desiccated. It looks very small and dried up because it is. But in real life, they're a little bigger than that. But look at the nest. How large? It's larger than the bird. That's neat. The nest of a chimney swift. That's wild. Oh, look at these little eggs. Oh, they make me sad. This is super sad. Super sad. Look at all these dead birds. Now, they're not just collected for interest. This isn't just an exhibit, but this is more of an exhibit of Lights Out Texas. This is an example of how dangerous nighttime lights, the lights that we use for civilization, how dangerous they are to birds, because these birds fly into windows, into man-made, structures and die. How many millions of birds die every year just by, coming into contact with humankind? Look at that little teeny hummingbird there. This is very sad. Very sad. That's it. I'm on the 4th floor mezzanine, looking down. Do you remember the mobile we saw a very long time ago? That's way down there. I'm going to head down, check out the gift shop, and then we'll see what happens with the day. All right, we're going from the 4th floor mezzanine. It's a very speedy elevator. Here we are. Ta-da! Next stop, gift shop. My favorite place in a museum. Exit. Cafe shop. Looks like it stopped raining. That's nice. Oh, and these atoms that are up in the air. Oh, there's some of them are moving. There are supposed to be motion sensors underneath. So as people pass under them, they rise and fall. None of them move when I walked under them because I'm so delicate and graceful. Gift shop. Plasma ball. That'd be kind of fun. Wonder if the cats would like that. You can't really see it. Alright, well, it's not the best gift shop. That's cute. Just not the best I've seen. Good. We've had enough of these insulated cups. Oh, a magnet. I need a magnet. Gosh, $6. All right, I can do that. That's cute. I would wear that. That's cute. I'm not going to buy it, but it's cute. How much is that? Whatever. Be for another visit, but over here is the Dallas Holocaust and Human Rights Museum. That's something I'd definitely be interested in visiting. Over here on my right is the 6th floor museum at Dealey Plaza. If that doesn't give you a hint as to where I'm going next, I wonder how long they're open. That'd be interesting. Yeah, if this is open until 5 at least, I'll go in here. It's a museum of the 6th floor where the gunman shot JFK. Over here, I don't know if I can actually capture it on my camera, but look at this sort of spiderweb shape. Do you see that?
Turn right onto North Houston Street.
GPS is still going on. That is a bridge. That is a suspension form of a bridge. It looks like a spider web or a tennis racket or something. It's pretty cool. All right, let's go into this museum and turn off GPS so I'm not embarrassed in the museum. So I was able to take some pictures at the memorial, the sort of museum, and the location of where the gunman shot Kennedy. But my coworker, who I saw at the museum, I saw him there and I tapped his shoulder. I don't want to film him because I don't know if he wants to be filmed. I saw him in the museum and I tapped him on the shoulder, and it was kind of surprising. But we're taking a walk down to the grassy knoll. Famous location, and it's raining a little bit. The X on the road there is the first early shot, and the one that's down there somewhere, I think there's another X, I'll go look, is where the fatal shot actually took place. But this is that famous grassy knoll. I always imagined it being larger. I'll tell you, there's a weight to this location. There's like a weight on my chest. But yeah, just he turned over here, came down this little section, and the first shot, there we are. Wild. Crazy. Grassy Knoll, the famous film that you always see over and over and over again, that was filmed from there. Again, the first shot was struck there, and they've literally carved the X into the pavement. It's not just sprayed, they literally carved it. And then down here, I'll tell you, I'm up there in the museum watching the animation of what happened, and I could only take pictures, I couldn't film it, but literally seeing even just an animation of it, I was almost brought to tears, like it was my brother's, where my brother died, it's just and then the fatal shot happened right here, and you can see also it's carved into the pavement, and this spot right here has a lot of weight to it. It's a beautiful spot. My only hope is his last thought was, a beautiful day, sitting next to his wife, seeing the trees on a beautiful day. I'm just hoping, hearing applause from people who, loved him. Oh, all right. Oh, what is this sign here? I had no intention on coming here. Dealey Plaza, National Historic Landmark. This site possesses national significance in the commemorating of the history of the United States of America, 1993. Landmark designation. Okay. All right. There we go. President took a turn here, passing by these fountains, these trees that are witness to the whole thing. And that is the book depository on the 6th floor where we just were, where the shots were made. This feels weird being here. What a dark day. What a dark day. This looks like a giant square octopus. That's what I thought with all the suckers on the side. But it's a JFK Memorial Plaza. A place of quiet refuge, an enclosed space of thought and contemplation, separated from the city around, but near the sky and earth. Isn't that beautiful? That's great. It's a very wet day. It's raining again. Huh, interesting. A place of contemplation separated from the rest of the city. You can see glimpses, of course, but interesting idea where you can't really see the city, but you can see the sky. The rain is pretty steady now. My coworker just went off to find some food. It was so funny. I walked into the JFK 6th floor museum and I saw him there talking to somebody, and I just tapped him on the shoulder, on the other shoulder, so he'd look that way and I was over here, ha ha ha. And it was so funny to see him there out of the entire city, to find him right there. Super nice guy. I wish I could tell you his name, because I can't tell anybody. I can't say anyone's name on camera. But super amazing guy. I'm sorry, it's so loud. Hold on one sec. Yeah, just a really great guy. My glasses, look at them. Great guy. He does a lot of volunteer work outside of our work environment, and he does a lot for his community. He's just a really special guy. I really enjoy working with him. Yeah, so he's off in search of food. I am off to my room to take off these wet clothes, eat something. I'm going to have more of that Indian food I had yesterday, and then play a video game for a few minutes, then take a sleep aid so I can get a good night's sleep. So I will probably not see you until tomorrow morning. All right, have a good night. This is miserable. Almost at the hotel and the sudden downpour. I mean, this is awful. Oof. Good morning, guys. Hi. It is 3:15 in the morning. I have about 30 minutes before I have to head downstairs for the shuttle. Most of my bags are packed. I'm just going to have some yogurt for breakfast before I see what they have downstairs for a grab and go. We are going to fly to Detroit this morning. Then we have a 3.5-hour sit in Detroit. And then we fly to Vegas afterwards. And after this very, very long day, we're still going to be home by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which feels very strange. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a nap when I get home. But let's get this day started. I will see you soon. My luck couldn't last. I finally got randomed. Gotta find out where I have to go now. Hey there. Hi, welcome to Detroit. I can't show you anything from my lip down because I'm in uniform. But I'm hanging out here in the gate area, just playing a video game on my laptop because I have a couple hours to sit here. And I'm just honestly fascinated that we have any employees working at these gates. The way that passengers treat the gate agents is reprehensible. My grandmother would slap me into tomorrow if I treated our gate agents the way that they're treated. I've just been watching this woman literally just... I can't even. God bless our gate agents, I'll tell you. the faces that people make while they talk to them is just, I'm just watching it. I'm about to have a meltdown. All right, I will see you in Las Vegas. I can barely feel my feet. Oh, I can't wait to tell you about this last leg. I'll see you soon in the car. Hey guys, how are ya? I'm gonna have to do a little handheld action here rather than put you up on the dashboard where I usually do, because the sun is baking on my dashboard so strongly that I'm afraid my camera's gonna shut off in the heat. I just arrived back in Las Vegas. We arrived maybe a half hour, 40 minutes early. It's 2:16. We weren't supposed to arrive until maybe 20 minutes ago, so it's very nice. I'm not sure what I told you about the first leg of our day. I don't remember the first leg of our day. The rest of the day kind of burned it out of me. I suspect that it was pretty simple because it was such an early morning flight. Most people slept, so I don't remember any drama or trauma. If there were, I'm sure I've already told you. We arrived in Detroit. We had a 3.5-hour sit. Again, I'm not sure if I told you this already, but it was about 10 o'clock in the morning. I've been playing a video game, and I overheard this video recommend that visitors to Vegas do not get it, that they don't use an Uber or Lyft, that instead that they use a taxi. And I would suggest the opposite. And I started chatting with this couple. Turns out they missed their flight. They got to the gate, they saw a whole bunch of people and thought that they had time to go get food. They came back, there was still a whole bunch of people, but I don't think that they recognized it was different people. Those people that they had seen the first time were on a plane pushing off the gate. And so they weren't aware that they missed their flight until I kind of went, well, where are you going? When are you going? And I was able to enlist the help of a number of gate agents who had sympathy on this couple. And they were rebooked for this evening at 9 o'clock at night in Detroit, which would have made them stay at the airport all day, most of the evening. So I begged our gate agent, if there are any open seats, please consider, if it's possible, please, as a personal favor, please get them on our plane. And they did. They did. They made the flight. When they came on, I gave the young lady a great big hug. I was just so happy to see her. It was really good. It was good. I did my good deed for the day. So we had our sit. We had a very long sit, which is exhausting. Then we had our flight here to Vegas. It was 4 hours and I think it was about 4 hours. I forget exactly, but. Yeah, it started off really quiet. We had a lot of turbulence, so we really couldn't get up and do anything. But the minute that turbulence passed and we started our snack and beverage service, it really didn't stop for the first 2 hours. It was non-stop. Overwhelming, honestly, is what I would call it. There were, people standing on both ends of the aircraft trying to get to the bathroom. We started serving drinks, and there are passengers on our aircraft that are allowed a certain amount of whatever they want, and it was just the first 2 hours was being poked, was being grabbed, was being handed trash, was requesting things, and it was just this constant flurry of action. It felt like a snowfall of actions that had to be done at that moment, and then to have it with a background soundtrack of babies screaming. The first hour up in front, first 2 hours, was really almost overwhelming. I was able to really hold it together and be a professional, of course, but inside my head, I was like, oh my God. I don't want to share too many details, but I will share this one thing in that it was all brought back to me. Gratitude, kindness, mindfulness was all brought right back to me by one of our passengers, one of our guests' experience. She's coming to Vegas to see her sons, and she's got roughly 2 months left to live. And we had some really intense conversation. She really wanted to talk about it, and I think she was fairly indiscriminate about who she shared her story with. But, you know, I'm a good audience for that kind of thing, and we just really connected. And, you know, she just wants to develop. She wants to grow gray hair. She wants to grow more wrinkles. She wants to dance. She wants to walk. She wants to do a whole bunch of things. But that's not in her cards, you know, and it just made me think back to all the people who were upset about a bag fee, or the fact that I ran out of Cabernet as a real problem. It sort of kind of put things in perspective. So there was this emotional quality on top of the, you know, almost overwhelming first couple hours. It calmed down shortly after the second hour, so the last 2 hours were really pleasant, and most of our guests were really fun. A lot of great energy, really, really happy people for the most part in our area. But I got the chance to give this passenger, our guest, a series of hugs, and we had some conversations about higher powers, and we had a quiet moment together by the bathroom door where we could talk without people hearing us. And, you know, I talked about my near-death experience, and she shared about her experiences so far. And you know, I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was very emotional. And I might actually kind of sit here for a few moments after I talk to you, now that it's all coming back to me. And I might just take a few moments to kind of think about her and send her some good thoughts. I wish I could. I want to tell you her name and everything about her, because she was so amazing. But I shouldn't share those details on a YouTube channel, because it really is none of my business. But it was, you know, a reminder again that not everybody's flying on an airplane to celebrate something. Some people are going to spend some of the last time on the planet with their children, you know. So it was an emotional day, and it really took everything out of me. I was limping through the airport to the car, and of course I'm parked at the end. Well, it's a good spot, I shouldn't complain. But it's been a long day. Combination of waking up early, not really eating enough and not eating properly, feeling a little divided by the number of things I had to do on board all at one time. Thankfully, we had a flight crew that wasn't very demanding and didn't need much of us, which was good, so we could focus our attention on our passengers who needed the focus. So blah blah blah, that was my day. It is just past, it's 2:23 now that I've been yammering around for so long. I am going to eat something because I'm starving, of course. Then I'm going to go home, give the cat some treats. I think I'm going to have a little cry, honestly, before I drive. I think I might have a little cry. And then go home, give the cat some treats, love on them, and I think we're all going to take a nap. That's our goal today. Yeah, that's my goal today, is to take a nap. I was considering going to the 3 o'clock meeting at my at the meeting place, but I think right now I need to go home with my cats. And a good cry. So I will see you in the next one. I hope this video wasn't too all over the place. Of course, that's my life. And I will see you in the next one. All right? Have a great day. Fly safe.